My spirit guide is Howie Mandel, The Surprisingly Clean Path to Mental Clarity, by Chris Palmore. Epilogue. Grief sounds like a sneeze. It didn't come with tears or a song or a dream. It came with a sneeze. I was standing in the lobby of a beachfront hotel in Mexico, the kind with open-air ceilings and the distant hum of waves that makes even your bones feel relaxed. I was on vacation, trying to recharge, spending time with one of my oldest, dearest friends, the beach. Not just any beach, the good beach, Mexico beaches. The ones that put Floridas to shame with their turquoise honesty and soft, unbothered sand. The ones that don't need filters because they already look like a postcard from God. I had just come in from a long walk, a little sun-dazed, barefoot and sandy, smiling at nothing in particular. I was heading to the elevator, towel tossed over my shoulder, when it happened. Someone sneezed, high-pitched, quick, almost comically small, like a Tweety bird. I froze, 'cause that's how my mom used to sneeze. And not kind of like that, exactly like that. Tiny, chirpy, ridiculous. Like her lungs had hired a cartoon sidekick to do the sneezing for them. And suddenly I wasn't in Mexico anymore. I was a kid again, standing in the kitchen, hearing that little sneeze echo from another room and yelling, "Bless your mom," without even thinking about it. She'd always say thank you like it was a proper exchange, like it mattered. The world blurred. My breath caught. It was like someone had snuck a memory into the room and left it there on the floor, waiting for me to trip over it. She's been gone for years. Cancer took her when I was 35. Too young to lose her. Too old to pretend I didn't know what was happening. I've gotten used to the ache, or so I tell myself. But grief doesn't operate on a schedule. It shows up when you're not looking, when you're in swim trunks, headed toward guacamole. Spirit Howie didn't jump in with a sarcastic punchline this time. He waited. Let the silence expand. Let me feel it. Let the Tweety bird sneeze echo one more time in my chest before he finally spoke gently. That one got you, huh? I nodded. Didn't try to hold it in. Didn't shame myself for tearing up in paradise. Didn't pretend the moment wasn't sacred just because I was wearing flip-flops. Because here's the thing about grief. It doesn't care if you're on vacation. It doesn't care if you're healing, moving forward, doing better. It sneaks in through sounds, through echoes, through little moments so tender you don't realize your heart was open until something small flies in and breaks it wide. A sneeze. That's all it took to remind me how much I still miss her. Not just her hugs or her advice or her love, though God, I miss those too. But the little things. The silly, ridiculous, so uniquely her things. Like a sneeze that could have been animated by Looney Tunes. Like a tiny chirp in a big world. Like a reminder that love echoes long after the body goes. I didn't say anything to anyone. I just stood there in the lobby, hand on the elevator button, smiling through the sting. And Howie, always knowing when to land a moment, added, "Next time, tell her bless you. She'll hear it." So I did, softly. "Bless you, Mom." And then I stepped into the elevator, back into the day, back into the light, still grieving, still healing, still catching glimpses of her, and the sounds the world didn't know were sacred. And maybe that's what grief is, not a weight to carry, but a whisper to listen for, even in paradise. Now please, for Howie's sake, go wash your hands.